Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a personal YouTube reading, order number 1356, and I'm gonna start right away because I'm gonna answer a lot of your questions during the reading. I know they just gonna come because there's so much I saw in your palms and so much that came to me, and I'm also gonna use tarot because you have many questions as well. So I'm gonna start with your palms. And I'm going to be starting with your right palm. By the way, thank you so much for sending me so many photos. All of them were clear, and it's actually helped me a lot to pick up interesting signs and marks that you have on your palm. So, as you probably know, because you probably watched my YouTube readings before, the right palm represents the destiny, and the left palm represents the free will. So, when it comes to your right palm, it's actually it's quite unusual, the lines that you have here, quite unusual. So like especially this part, this is the first thing that stood out to me. This part right here, this is, it's actually, this mark supposed to be here. This is usually the mark that's called the Eye of Horus, and it's usually comes on this part of the palm, and this mark represents the reincarnation that happened to you in ancient Egypt. Usually people who had abilities or people who are into witchcraft or any esoteric sciences, those are the people who had many reincarnations in ancient Egypt. And this is the sign that actually confirms it. For you, this sign is so big and it's placed in the middle of your palm, which tells me that your biggest gift and your biggest ability and the biggest calling that you have in this lifetime is witchcraft, magic, honestly just being a witch. And the right palm represents your destiny, so not only you're born with it, this is something that you bring with yourself to this lifetime from your past lives. So this specific mark, I've actually studied it, and you had 7 reincarnations in ancient Egypt. All of these reincarnations you used to practice witchcraft and magic there. So you probably know that in ancient Egypt, magic was a religion. So practicing in ancient Egypt was something normal, and you still possess the ability. So being born with this unusual mark, honestly, you are the first person I actually meet in real life who has this mark. I saw this mark in one of the books of from 17th century talking about palm tree, and this is the mark I saw there. So I was very excited to see it on you. So your biggest strengths, and this is one of your questions as well, your biggest strengths is actually practice magic and witchcraft. So anything your hands touch or do becomes a spell, becomes a reality. You can literally manifest anything you want just by putting your hands on people or by holding something in your hand. For you, it's very easy to enchant objects, to create like lotions, potions, ointments, any type of written spell. So if you want your magic to become active, if you want your magic to be real, only thing you need to do is actually put your hand on it. It's literally, if you touch something, it becomes magic, it becomes real. So use your hands in your practice. This is your biggest strength. Also, this sign tells me that you have the access to the underworld. So this is something that's very practical when you practice dark magic, and you can practice dark magic as well, but for good. You have a purpose in this life, and this is helping people. So you meant to do like practicing for good. For good cause, I would say. Even though you practice in dark magic, it's still going to be with good results, like positive results. You have this 3 demonic ladders on your palm, and this is the palms, not the palms, this is actually the fingers. So this tells me that your connection with demons and darkness also has the ability to connect with the planets. So for you, astrology is something that you should consider very seriously. You can become a professional astrologer, because on this finger, if you see, it has like 3 lines that represents the ability to create an empire based off astrology. So if you are into astrology, I would suggest to you to try to become a professional astrologer, because this is something that you have on your destiny palm. If you don't feel connected to astrology, maybe you should study it more, but this is something you definitely should consider seriously. You have many guides, and all of them are quite different. So you have 4 family members who are following you. Those are your spirit guides. The names of these family members are not revealed to me because you're supposed to find out them yourself. Actually, you have a lot of hidden information that you will find out yourself because you have the ability to predict the future, to see and read for other people as much as I do. You actually can do anything I do. So for you to find out the names is very easy. You just need to use either tarot or vision board or like pendulum, anything that you feel you're most connected to. Just ask the names. Honestly, the names are going to be revealed to you, and those are your family members, like the ancestors that are with you. You have a guardian demon. This demon represented here, and this demon was with you for already like 8 or 9 centuries. This is not the demon, this is not the Ring of Morgana, so it's not the demon who was in love with you. This is the demon who is your like partner in witchcraft, someone who helps you on your journey. So the name of this demon is actually, I saw him, so I know the name. So if you want to find out the name, you can try it yourself. If you don't feel that you can get the name, you can email me and I'll let you know who your demon is, but I don't want to tell this to anyone. This is something that only belongs to you. This information is only yours. Also here, you're born with another, like in this lifetime, you're supposed to start something like a legacy. So again, because your power is your hands, so it's supposed to be either something written or something drawn. So something that your hands create. To me, it looks like book or memoir or grimoire, like anything you will write. This is your legacy. Next time you reincarnate, you supposed to find this book that you written in this lifetime, and then you will remember your current reincarnation. So this legacy that you're supposed to leave behind is not only important for others, it's not just sharing for others, it's for you. So next time you remember yourself, because you're coming back at least 2 times again. Your past is as important as the future. This is not your last reincarnation, so there is more to come. So make sure you live this life with no regrets, because you're coming back, and also live your life with service to others, because you're supposed to be helping people. So when you don't practice, when you don't be in yourself, when you don't using your abilities and gifts, that's when you start like getting sick. So your sicknesses usually come from other realm, from realm of spirits, from realm of deities, because your physical body get impacted by forces that are not seen. So for you, practicing is the key to your health and the key to your good temper, I would say, to happiness. Honestly, if you don't practice, you don't feel full, like you don't feel fulfilled, you don't feel connected to your nature, connected to yourself. So for you, practice is very important. When it comes to your relationship, to your love life, you were destined to kind of be you kind of like, I don't know, it sounds kind of negative, but you're destined to struggle when it comes to your relationship, because you are so powerful and so unique. There is so many signs and marks that indicate that you are gifted. But for you to find someone on your level, this is a challenging task. And this is the destiny. This is telling me that it was supposed to be this way. So if you, like, for example, if you're happy in a relationship, this is all because you made it happen, because of your free will, because destiny was not on your side since the day you were born. Destiny was messing up every relationship you had, because for you, in order to help others, you're kind of supposed to be unhappy, you're supposed to be single, you're supposed to be alone, and then from this unhappiness, from this sometimes loneliness, comes something beautiful, comes understanding of others, and that's when you can help them, when you can actually heal others. So you need to feel the pain in order to connect to pain of others, and this is something that's quite usual for healers, because you're also born healer. Your healing mark also connects with ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, you learn how to heal again by using your hands, but using the energy. So for you, for example, going and studying or learning Reiki is not something good, because you're supposed to heal intuitively just by using your hands and palms. You're supposed to feel the energy. And as you can see, there is some lines on your palms are very deep and very like clearly seen, and some lines are hiding. They smaller. So it tells me that you have this balance of what you show and what you keep to yourself. The things that you show are the things that you know that people can take and they want to see in you. And the things that you actually keep to yourself are the most interesting, the most magical things that no one knows happening within you. You have very unusual mind. It's a mind that can create and manifest anything, but the mind that actually lacks creativity, because you don't understand how to manifest things, because your imagination is very masculine, if I can say. So when it comes to creativity, you need structure, but when it comes to manifestation, usually it's easier when we have this like artistic side, like imagination or daydreaming. You don't daydream, you have this mind that actually very physical minds. Like yours are very scientific, but also they have the ability to create something unusual. So for example, your mind, the lines that you have, they also remind me of the lines on Albert Einstein's hand, and he was ahead of his time. He's the scientist, but he also contributed a lot of his knowledge to spirituality and a lot of modern esoteric science, and as like for example quantum physics, they draw a lot of information from his teachings, and you have something similar to that. Your esoteric side, your witchy side, is very scientific. So herbal magic, sigil writing, sacred geometry would be something very easy for your mind, because intuitive tools are more difficult for you. Your mind understand less when it's intuitive, and understand more when it's like graphical, when it's something you can see and something you can touch. So you have to find a way to trick your mind into this intuitive part of your magic, because it's still in you. It's just not activated yet. I want to move to your left palm actually, because I want to actually mention something interesting. So like I said, you are born as a healer, and this is the line that talks about your healing abilities. And if you can see on your palm, it actually doesn't end and goes in between these fingers. So this tells me, if you live in balance with yourself, if you practice on daily basis, if you learn how to control your gift and abilities, you can live more than 120 years. And this is not your destiny. This is your physical body. This is something you can do yourself, because you are a healer. When it comes to healing, also your words are important. Whatever you say to people, it actually can either heal them or the opposite, like harm them. So be very careful what you say, because your mind is kind of, it's hard to explain, but it's the creation of everything. Whatever you think, whatever you say becomes reality. So for you, it's very important what you say, what kind of message you deliver to people, because people do listen to you, because they feel your strengths, they feel your power, they feel your like magnitude. They feel that you are, it's like, you're very different from others. You're stronger than you realize, and you're stronger on so many levels that I can't even say that this is your aura. There is something else in you that feels like a metal. Your power is very physical. Your energy is very physical. That's why people sometimes, they even get intimidated by you. And it's not something that you do. It's something that's in you subconsciously, and you don't even realize it. I don't think you even you don't even understand how people see you sometimes. And I understand why, because you have this power, this witch that is outside of you. So, you know, sometimes people, they have their abilities hidden inside. Your abilities are outside, so they are very seen, very noticeable by others, and even subconsciously, people without gifts and abilities, they see something in you that they cannot explain. But inside, you are very fragile. Inside, you are beautiful. You're like a flower, and you need this glass dome around yourself, like inside of you, so you hide in this beautiful flower so no one can see it, no one can harm it. And you are very romantic, and you are very loyal, and you're very understanding, compassionate, you're very generous. You can actually give your life away to save someone if it comes to this. But this is something that you don't want to show because you're scared to be hurt, and you really picky when it comes to friends. You only show your true self to only few people. Also, you have here, I don't know if you notice or not, but you have a mark that called the Tree of Life. This mark actually connects you with the Kabbalah, with the teachings of ancient dogmas and religions. This mark represents you as the Hierophant. So for you, you can create your own teaching. If you write a book, if you decide to spread some kind of knowledge, there is something in you that can become as big as Kabbalah itself. I would really suggest you to try to learn, or at least get an idea of what Kabbalah is, what it talks about, especially Tree of Life. Learn as much as you can about Tree of Life. There is a lot of answers for you and a lot of new questions as well. These lines here, each line represent a spirit guide that following you. In the future, you will have 6 more spirit guides coming to you. The more you practice, the more you learn, the more you will receive guidance, and the more guides are gonna come. What's interesting about you, you know, usually people have 1 or 2 or 3 specific spirit guides. For you, they always changing. You have new guides coming. The moment your power grows or something changing in you, the new guide is coming. So it's very hard to say who is with you at the moment, but I'm gonna try to do it with tarot cards. But know that every year, on specific date, I think it's 3 days prior your birthday, this is when a new spirit guide is trying to reach you. So I would recommend to you every year before your birthday, try to create a portal or open a portal or do a ritual to invite a new spirit guide into your life, because they come in. And I know you asked me what is there to do to actually let them come in or let them pass or get close to you. Ritual is an amazing tool for you, because during the ritual your mind going to be concentrated on the objects on your altar, on the things that you're supposed to do to perform the ritual itself. And because the mind is busy, it's gonna allow the unknown enter, if it makes sense to you. Your mind is very powerful, but it's strong, and sometimes it's very stubborn. So for you, you have to busy your hands in order to free your mind. And this is where your biggest struggle is. The mind, you are very wise, you are smart, you probably since childhood you were wiser than your age, because you're an old soul as well, and you were able to talk to people who are older than you even when you were a teenager. So being so smart, it's sometimes it's a blessing, but it's a curse, because it stops you from these miracles to come to your life easily, because your mind always sabotaging this intuitive thing that's happening around you, because your mind needs confirmation of many things. Also, you have very interesting mark, like this line here. It actually tells me that in one of your past lives, you used to be a warrior, and it was a short life, and you've been killed, and on your body there is supposed to be a mark. You've been actually stabbed with a dagger. So on your body there is supposed to be a mark that shows you the place where you actually been killed. So I don't know if it's a mole or if something like it should be a mark. So I hope you know what I'm talking about. Also, this sign. This is a guardian demon that kind of like helping you with your healing gift. So this demon is not known to me. This demon, the name is supposed to find yourself. This is something to do with your healing abilities. This is not the name from the demons of Goetia. This is something very normal. This demon might sound like a normal name, like maybe Thomas or like Jefferson, something like that. If there is someone, like if you feel there is presence and there is a name that you heard, this is your demon. I know it sounds quite weird, but you are unusual. There are entities that are following you that are not even spirit guides. They're hard to explain, but this is because you have many gifts. In this part, I see the connection with like different guides and deities and entities, even aliens. So on daily basis, because your arms represents like a lot of power, they stand for some kind of like magic that you don't even understand yet. But by the way, you will come to your power very soon, in the next 2 years. You're gonna realize your full potential, so don't worry, like just learn and casually everything will gonna come. But when you do specific things, with your hands especially, you open some kind of portal that invites entity to come. So sometimes if you, for example, if you with your friends or with your family and you do something with your hands, like something like very normal, nothing extraordinary, subconsciously, it's like a habit that you have, and then people might feel uncomfortable or they start, for example, acting weird. This is because with these hands you opened the portal and some kind of entity entered and the whole energy of the room has shifted. So also be careful what you do with your hands. And when you want to feel better, also use your hands to actually heal yourself. Just put your hand on a place that is sick or feeling bad at the moment, and you're gonna heal yourself. When it comes to your other marks, you have a lot of lines in the future that are like just starting, and the lines are changing. If you want, just take a look, especially at your left palm, because the left palm represents free will, so they are always changing. So your future is changing as well. So it tells me that whatever it is you do at the moment, your future is supposed to be actually practicing witchcraft. So there are 6 opportunities that are going to come to you in the future. They're not quite connected to your life yet, so I don't even know if it comes from people or maybe some kind of like social media, or it's a company that's going to come to you. It's not quite clear yet because it's not formed. It's all about how you're going to practice now, and then it's going to be forming more. But the universe is going to give you opportunities to become a professional practitioner if you practice on daily basis. And this is something very unusual and something amazing to have. It doesn't happen to many people, but it tells me that the universe is on your side, and you're blessed on your journey on becoming a practitioner for sure. You are protected from evil spirits, demonic spirits. You have many marks that represents protection from different negative entities from different cultures and different countries. So don't be scared to practice witchcraft. Even don't be scared to do any mistakes, because you're protected more than you think, so nothing bad gonna happen to you. You have a cross of like this one. This is the cross of the future, so it means in the future you're supposed to move to another country. And I see that the line still tells me that you are where you are, and maybe on your mind you don't even think that it's possible at the moment, but this cross goes with another road, so it's supposed to happen. So if you want to go somewhere else and live somewhere else, it's actually gonna happen. And you have the mage mark here, so it means you're supposed to practice as a mage. So usually with this mark comes that you're supposed to practice having the walls. So it's supposed to mean that you in the future might have opportunity to have your own store, like physical store or physical place that you're going to be practicing your gifts and abilities. The star of the mage, like the star, is actually connected with your healing mark. So it means if you want eventually become a professional healer, energy healer, or any type of spiritual esoteric healer, it means it's going to happen and it's going to be physical. So there is going to be a place where people are going to come to you. Also because it's connected to your future travels, another country that you're supposed to go to, it means you might even have a retreat. So if you're serious about your healing abilities and you have like a choice, becoming a witch, reader, practitioner, or becoming a healer. So if you will become a healer, you might even have a retreat in the future. So you will helping hundreds of people every month to heal and to come back to their senses and to feel better. And this is it when it comes to palm reading. And now I'm gonna move to tarot reading. So when it comes to tarot, I want to ask about your spirit guides, whatever gonna come, the message, because you asked me about the message, their names, how many, how to work with them, and how to open more to them. I'm using the Hermetic Tarot deck because I think it's the most connected to you. It's also connected with Kabbalah. It has signs from Kabbalah, Hebrew letters on it. It has different entities attached to them, different gods and spirits. So if you want to practice tarot, if you're looking for a first deck to buy, I think the Hermetic Tarot would be the best because it's very challenging. There is a lot of information, but this is something for your mind. This is going to be the easiest deck for you because it's very scientific and your mind needs something, like I said, scientific, something hard to learn because sometimes you don't trust your intuition. So this is the deck I recommend, the Hermetic Tarot deck. First, I'm gonna ask if the cards are gonna tell me how many spirit guides you have. If there are specific names, if I'm gonna pick up something. I'm not gonna ask about your family members because you have to find out the names yourself. And sometimes it's necessary for you. And if someone helps you, it's gonna be hard to establish the connection because they don't want to be known to anyone else. And I want you to kind of embrace this sacred connection that you have, and don't let anyone know the names of your spirit guides that are your ancestors, because it's very important. It's only for you. Okay, so this is interesting. So the first thing I see right away, Hades, the god of the underworld, is the spirit guide in the moment that is very close to you. And you see no one else is there, only him. I think the reason is because you need to connect to your darkness more. I think you're embracing a lot of your spiritual gifts and abilities, but you are connecting sometimes to only the light side of you. The darkness is still sleeping because everything else, like you see, reversed, disconnected. And even Ace of Pentacles in this deck is very dark. So I don't think you're embracing your darkness. I don't think you're embracing this dark inner witch that you have. You don't embracing the powers that you have. And the death card itself, it represents Hades, but it's also represent connecting with the spirit of people who passed away. So I think the message from your spirit guides, especially from Hades at the moment, that you need to learn how to become a psychic and a medium. This is something you're going to excel at because you already can pass the messages from the people who passed away, especially from your family members. And this is something you can do for people as well. Also, when this card comes and it's next to Hades, the message here that you need to change your name. I actually was thinking about this as well because when I was looking for you in the underworld when I was getting ready for the reading, your name, the given name, and the name that you're using now, it actually doesn't really resonate with your abilities and it doesn't resonate with your soul. And for you, I think it's very important at the moment to find the new name when you practice magic, and your new name should reflect everything that you have in you. It's supposed to be strong, it's supposed to be ancient, kind of forgotten name and very unusual. So make sure you find the name. Also, this card, this is the message card. So they're saying that you need to protect yourself more. I know that you are protected. On your palms you have all of the amazing marks that tells me that you're always protected by your spirit guides and your demons. But I think you're not protected from negative energy that come in from people around you, because sometimes you you know, you have this ability to trigger people, to trigger their negativity, and subconsciously sometimes when you know that you've done it, you can pick up the hex, the evil eye. So protect yourself. For you, like I said, your biggest gift and strengths are your hands. So your magic is very important to you. So I think you should create an enchanted talisman for yourself. You can do it yourself, definitely 100,000%. Just pick up a piece of jewelry that you can wear every day. It could be a pendant, could be a ring, could be a bracelet, anything that can be seen by others. And do a ritual on it, enchant it. So it's going to be something that protects you from evil eye and negativity and negative energy from people on daily basis. This is something that your spirit guides wants you to know as well. Also, I see the Wheel of Fortune. When the Wheel of Fortune comes, when I'm asking about your spirit guides, it's an amazing sign that you're supposed to practice your abilities, because this tells me that in your past lives, you actually been quite rich, and because you've been practicing, because you've been a witch and you had many reincarnations doing this different practices and even healings, and you've been paid for this and you used to be rich. So in this lifetime, if you practice, the more you practice, the more you incorporate magic in your daily routine, the more abundant you become. So this is very important. This is something from your spirit guides as well. Now I want to ask how you can be more open to your spirit guides, how you can hear them more, because this is very important, because your mind is kind of stopping you sometimes. So I want to ask the cards if they can see, if they can show us something that you can do, like maybe some kind of shortcuts or some tools that you can use, literally like any message. Okay, so the first thing that the cards are saying me that you don't practice enough. So you are one of these people who are supposed to be practicing every day, because this is the esoteric path for you is very serious. So every day is a must. This is first thing that's gonna actually help you to see your full potential. Another thing is actually like use your intuition more. You are your biggest enemy, so you have to learn how to become more intuitive. So you know, when you have these gut feelings or some kind of weird voices in your head or weird like sensations, always listen to them. Always try to stop and realize why is it happening to you. I know for your mind this is something that you don't even want to like pay attention to, but if you don't listen to your gut feeling, nothing's going to change. So this is something you should do. Another thing, this card tells me Lord of Wells and Knight of Swords together, and you see you have 10 and 10 here. So in the past you've been doing some kind of practices that weren't really helpful for you. So for example, if you've been meditating for years and nothing came from that, this is the time when you're supposed to let it go and open the door for something new. Also, there is a person, I think it's someone you watch online, like a guru, teacher, someone that you really like enjoy the content. So listen more, whatever this person is doing. I think it's a male because this is a knight, so definitely a male energy, or very, very strong, like masculine, female. So this person is actually showing you how you're supposed to learn how to listen to your guides. So listen more and take the advice. Actually, like whatever is being said, practice it. Also another thing for you, because your hands are magic, so everything's supposed to be practice, like physical practice. Cast spells, do rituals, do your own herbs, oils, potions. You have to try everything yourself. Tarot for you is a tool that is very beneficial, but it's also, I think your mind doesn't like tarot because it doesn't trust the message, but I do recommend use tarot on daily basis as well. Only if you can, use it only for yes or no question. It's something easy, but it's something that you really, really need to do. Otherwise, you're not gonna learn anything. And this is the easiest way to communicate with your like spirits and deities. And you can just ask yes or no. Is this your name? Yes or no. Are you here? Yes or no. Like simple stuff like that. And this is actually going to help you a lot. And another thing that I pick up from the cards when it comes to learning how to speak to your spirit guides, the signs that come to you, they're supposed to come from numerology and from astrology. So when they send you numbers, learn the meaning of the numbers, because some numbers are specifically only for you. And also astrology. Connect with astrology more. Another thing, like this card represents Kronos. Kronos was ancient Greek god of time. So time and numbers always tells me, look on your phone, when you pick up your phone, or when you look at watch, always see what number is there. Sometimes those numbers are the answers to your questions that you've been asking in your head before. Actually, your spirit guides are talking to you all the time. This inability of you to hear them, it comes from your mind, because your mind is too powerful and sometimes too scientific, and it blocks you. So it's not a block that comes from anything else. This is something comes from you. So you have to literally let it go. I wish you would be able to find some kind of circle, for example, where you can learn tarot or anything to do with healing. You actually need to go and be surrounded by people to feel them and to see what you're capable of. Because when you're by yourself, you don't see the extent of your power. And for you, the reflection is very important. You really need to see what you can do, because you underestimate yourself. You don't even believe in you are. And if you would find a circle with other people, like-minded people, and you see what you can do, what you can pick up and sense, this is when you're gonna realize how much magic is in you, how magical you are. And again, for now, it's only practice. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. And if you can read for people tarot, that would be also amazing. But again, in these times, I know it's kind of hard, but if you can find a group of people so you can practice, that would be amazing. Try to go online and see if you have something like that where you live. This is something that really gonna help you, because the more you sit at home, the less you might be able to be connected with your spirit guides, because it's still the same. There is no movement, so nothing new. Okay, so now we're moving on to candle wax. I'm using this candle because this is the color that came to me when I was preparing to reading. As you can see, I even have this color here. The candle there, like flowers. Usually this color to me represent amethyst. Amethyst is the crystal that actually helps with psychic abilities, mediumship abilities, with coming into your power and opening your third eye, opening your connection with the astral. Another thing that I want to mention for you, if ever you want to learn how to become a past life reader, or connect with the astral, this is something that you can also do. It's a little bit harder because there is less information and less guidance, but this is something that you're also going to be amazing at, because you had so many past lives and so many reincarnations, and this is something that you like, and this is something that you actually have the access to. You actually have the abilities to see past lives of people who are in front of you. You ask me about a barrier or a shell that you've been told you have, and this is the barrier that actually stops you or doesn't let you to see or connect to your spirit guides. And I want to see if I can pick up something on that in the candle wax, because the water is the easiest thing to see if there is something blocking you. No, I don't think you have a barrier anymore. Maybe you had it before, but I think it's clear now. I think you are open. I think it's only your mind, honestly. I think you are your own enemy at the moment, because you don't believe in the things that you can do. This is actually it's a very common thing to have. A lot of people who are born gifted like you, who are born into gifted families and gifted bloodline, they always suffer from this insecurity. They don't believe in themselves. They always think that there's nothing special about them. So I think you have the same thing. And this is something so common, but it's also so sad because people like you are supposed to be like the best practitioners. You are supposed to be like so well known, and you're actually born into fame. You're supposed to practice and people supposed to know you, and you just don't believe because for you it's so normal. You don't even realize how hard it is for others to learn what you already know, to have these visions that you have, or these crazy dreams that you have. For others, this is something they want to have, and you just like have it from your childhood, and you think this is something that everyone is having. um, oh, talking about childhood, this is interesting. Oh, the candle wax is actually showing me that you were born an indigo child, but I think it was neglected. No one noticed it. So a lot of your blocks coming from your childhood because no one paid attention and no one explained to you what it is you have. And because of that, your mind doesn't want to think of it like it's serious. I also sense that sometimes you feel that you're by yourself, that no one helping you, not even spirit guides, even people around you. So this is something also that's sometimes stopping you from becoming who you are, because there is no help and no guidance. And sometimes you don't even need help. You just need to remember you've been practicing so much. I think more than people you watch online, and it's just the time will come when you're going to be able to remember everything and realize your full potential. But it all comes with practice, honestly. And you have the next 2 years, because I see the wax is actually it's very quiet, it's very steady, it's balanced. So it means you have all the time to yourself to practice. There is no rush at the moment, because for some people timing is everything. For you, these 2 years are going to be the years of you realizing a lot of things and coming to a lot of decisions. I'm trying to see your past lives, because you mentioned one past life, and I wanted to see if something gonna come. When I was preparing, I didn't see anything. It was blank to me. I couldn't pick up a name. I couldn't answer your question, honestly. I think this past life will be revealed to you by yourself, like it should come to you in your dream. The answer that you're looking for will come only to you. There is so many answers actually that's supposed to come and be revealed only to you, and this has something to do with secrets that your soul has, the secrets that you're not supposed to share with others. No, the past life that you mentioned, I still don't see it. It's not shown to me. With you, it's very interesting because you've been practicing in the past lives, in your past lives and reincarnations, and also you have this interesting bloodline of witches in your family. So a lot of things are actually hidden. There is like a family history that is not known to anyone because it's supposed to be known only to you. And this is really, really amazing. This is something I've never seen before. And it's kind of not good because I cannot see anything like that. Like I cannot see this part of you that is very important to you. But it's also when you find out all of the secrets and answers, this is going to be something like such an amazing revelation. Like so many interesting stories you're going to find out. Also, I want to mention to you, you are the seventh witch in your bloodline. In Gypsy magic, it's something sacred and something very special. The seventh witch usually is the one that begins a new line of witches. So it also comes with the ability to pass down your gift to someone that you choose. It's not even necessarily supposed to be your bloodline, it could be anyone you know. And it also comes with the ability to take gifts from others and give it, like pass down the gifts of other people to anyone you want. very unusual gift to have, very unusual like path, I would say. But there is a lot of things about you that actually don't make sense in a good way, because I think you don't even realize the full extent of your power at the moment, and that's why it's kind of like unbalanced sometimes. So I'm asking the candlelights to show me something in the future that you're supposed to do, like when it comes to esoteric, when it comes to magic and witchcraft, your path. I saw in your palms that you're supposed to be practitioner, either witchcraft and readings or energy healings. I'm asking now, there is something else that I maybe missed. So it's a yes. I want to see more. Okay, I see now. So one of the things that you can do, the wax is showing me a high priestess. So I know I told you that you are, for me, the Hierophant, but the candle wax showing me that you are the high priestess of the tarot. So to me, it represents your abilities to have groups of people, like circles. So you can teach them something, or you can spread something, or you can heal them. But it's usually those circles are very close ones, and I see that it's supposed to be only for women. So if in your mind or in the future you want to have like a moon circles when you host only for women, it's also paid. They're supposed to pay for this circle to join you in the circle, and you're gonna help them with them coming into the power, or understanding the gifts, or just even talking about what kind of like obstacles they have when it comes to witchcraft. So this is something you're supposed to do: host circles for women. Less than 2 years. This is something that you should try first. If you be thinking about opening up your healing practices, or like physical location for something when it comes to esoteric, and these circles are supposed to be the first thing you try. So this is your message. I hope it helps. I hope I answered your questions. Let me know, like send me email if you want to know the name of your demon. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts with everyone's watching. And good luck with everything. And just honestly practice and enjoy this journey that you're on, because so many great things are coming for you. And even if you're scared, just remember everything is going to be amazing, and you are on the right path, and you will receive all the help you need, because you've always been watched, and it will never stop. You're always going to be guided on your path.